Hey guys, it's Jill Blanchette with Green Thumb Stampers. I'm getting my lights and my glasses. Sorry about that. I am here again for another version of Finally Friday. I've got a technique today that I had never tried before. I saw it on a mystery stamping night that I did, and I wanted to share it. It's really cool. I had a great time with it, and the more I'm doing it, the better I'm getting with it. So I wanted to share it with you guys, so here you go. So today I'm going to show you guys a technique called Joseph's coat. You're going to need a piece of paper, white paper, and then like 3 or 4 ink colors and either a dauber, a brush, a sponge, something to spread the ink around with. And you need a solid image of some sort. I'm going to use Blossoms in Bloom, and we'll see. The image is not as solid as I would like, but we're going to give it a try. See what we get. I'm going to try and put in a couple of leaves on my card. So as you can see here, I'm trying to measure, so to speak, that I want a green piece over here and a green dot over here. So I'll show you what I'm talking about now. So you're going to take I'm going to start with my green, and then I'm just going to make a green. We're going to cover our whole paper in ink. So I want to be able to put that leaf image, or I'm going to add leaves to my image. So I'm going to shoot for a leaf over here. So typically, you want to start off the paper. This, I'm trying to get more precise with where I want my leaves. So then I'm going to put one down here. Put a little to see if I can get a little bit darker without making those solid, real harsh marks. Alright, so I got a couple spots that I hopefully am going to be able to put my leaf when we get to that point. Then I'm going to switch over to my other colors. I've got Daffodil Delight, and you're going to cover your whole paper in color, because after all, Joseph's coat is the coat of many colors. So I got 3. I'm actually using 4 colors because of my green, but I'm going to leave these open because I might come back through with a little bit more color. I'll show you if I don't get it down. Now I've got the Fresh Freesia. That's a current in color for the next couple of years. Put that on there. Sorry if I'm jiggling the camera all over. I'm trying to make my circles and stuff with my ink, and I think I'm jiggling let's see if I can stand back a little bit from the table. And this is looking pretty ugly, but trust me, it comes out really cool. And now I've got Polished Pink. Try and fill in the rest of those areas. Alright, I've gone through, I filled out my whole paper with the ink, and now I'm just going to go back in and try and fill in any areas that might have not blended all the way, so I've got a couple there, but I like to use the yellow and blend my white spaces in with the yellow. It's just not quite as harsh as the rest, but yet fills in the area. So there we go. So I'm going to stop right there, put the ink aside, and now what we're going to do is we're going to tap off the paper because there's so much ink that it was put down and it's not quite dry all the way yet. And if you were making a card, you could go and work on the rest of the card. But I'm going to tap my embossing buddy around on it for now because I'm not going to go and make the rest of the card. But you could give this a chance to dry off a little more if you wanted. But now you're going to come in with your solid image. So when I said that this might not be as solid as I wanted, I meant that the way the stamp is made, you could see it's the shading and stuff is built right into it. So I'm thinking that the stamp is going to have a lot of texture in it. Even though it's solid, you might have a little more texture in it than what you could get from maybe a full image. Let me show you. Oh, I don't have it here anymore. A full flower stamp. But anyway, rather than ramble and stumble, I'm just going to keep going. I'm putting my Versamark over my image. Then we're going to, oops, I wanted my green for my leaves, so I'm going to turn that back over and kind of see. Now I'm going to try and position my stamp so that I can put my leaves in there. I think that was the way I wanted to go. I don't think that's not the way I want to go. I want to go this way. And I'm going to stamp that down like so. And then I'm going to come in with my leaf and put a leaf. I can see the shininess of where the stamp just was at, so I'm going to put a leaf right there. The Versamark is made. Oh, this one I don't see so well. Oh, there it is. And I'm going to put one right there. Like that. And then now you want to take that paper and cover it with clear embossing powder. Like so. Make sure you cover it really good. But you also want to make sure that you are not getting a lot of excess powder stain on the paper. So I'm going to tap it off a few times real good. Whoops. Tap it off so good I throw it on the ground. And then as you can see, if you want to look at your image, and if you find a spot or two that has more powder stuck to it than what you want, say like if you wanted to clean off some of that in the center there, because what's going to happen is that's going to heat up and then you're going to have a spot there. So when we get to the next step, it's going to show through. So the best that you can, make sure that you don't have any embossing powder that got stuck somewhere you don't want it. Like I said, tap it off real good. If by chance, like right here, say we don't want all that, you can go in with something pointy like your scissors or your bone folder, kind of scrape it off, and then again tap it and it'll fall off. And then you're ready to heat it up. Let me get my little finger saver tool here. We're going to heat it up. Like so. And you'll see it start to turn kind of wet looking, shiny. That means it's heated. It's melted, basically, is what we're doing, is we're melting that embossing powder to the cardstock with. And you just want to be careful. Another time I was trying this, it started smoking. I think I held it in one spot too long, so there we go. So we got that part done. And now we are ready to, I'm going to give it a second to dry up, because that embossing powder is sticky until it's had a chance to dry off. Alright, my first attempt with this heating up my piece of paper did not go so well. I'll show you that later. So I'm picking up for the umpteenth time trying to get this video finished, because guys, the struggle is real. I'm having an awful time with my embossing powder, but let's get it heated. Hang on. As I stated, the stamp is different textures, so the powder's not filling in everywhere like I would like with a more solid image, but I can work with that. It's when I go to put the black on, see, I got a big spot there that it just blew off from maybe my heat gun's too powerful, but we'll see what we get. So I've got that part done again, and so you'll see it looks different than it did when I started. That's because at this point I've picked up with the video again. This is my third attempt since when I just picked the video up, because I made it through the whole thing perfectly and something happened to my phone, and the whole video was shaking. And I have no idea what I did. So I'm trying to one last time edit it back together the best that I can. So we're at this point now. It's all heated. Now you want to take out your Memento ink. You need a piece of paper towel. Like a little piece to hold onto is good, because you're just going to move the black ink all over your whole paper. And I'm trying to do this the best I can without shaking the whole table and wiggling the paper around, or wiggling the camera around. So this is just what you want to do. Go ahead and cover your whole paper in black. I got a couple spots where it looks like I might have a speck of embossing powder that heated up there, but that's okay. One is better than the whole paper, and I'll show you what happened the first time I tried this, that's what's creating me to be on my 3 more times of trying it after that. So then take your paper towel, and you're just going to like buff up the spots where the embossing powder heated up, and then move your paper towel or your napkin or whatever you got, move it around, because it's going to pick up, you're picking up the black ink that did not stick to the shiny embossing stuff. Spots. You see how that just came off? You see how this is all black here? And then I'll run my paper towel over it and it picks it up. That's what you want to do. See how this big flower down here has become vibrant now, and it's because we're picking up the black ink that didn't have any paper to soak into. So over here you can see that's where, when I said, oh, I blew the powder off with my heat tool, that's what it did. And I got a little speck there. Possibly I could take a magic marker and color over that. If I can flick that piece off, that maybe I can get a magic marker, or put the ink back down on it to cover it up. Let's see, because I can feel I got it off there. Let's see if I can fill it in now. Not so much, so I'll try a black marker later when I'm done. Or I'll just leave it and cover it up with my sentiment or something. So that, you guys, is the Joseph's coat. And that technique is what I wanted to show you this week. So this is your finished Joseph's coat. And I wanted to show you guys, this is why I started over. I don't know if I tapped off too much, or I don't exactly know what. The embossing powder stuck to some places, and I can see through here the colors coming through, so it somehow sort of stuck there, but it's not right. It doesn't feel right. So I started over so that you guys could get a better view of what it's supposed to look like. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate your support, and I'll be back again next week. So there you go, guys. Joseph's coat is the name of it again, and give it a try. Like I said in the video, as long as you can keep the embossing powder from sticking where you don't want it, that was my huge struggle. But you guys, I did this for a Tuesday Facebook Live, and look at there. I was able to get the stamping. I only have one little spot that I got the embossing powder where I didn't want it, and it made a world of difference. I inked up my Versamark and made a world of difference, and I just love how this card turned out now. I will put it at the end of the video so that you can see how I put it all together after I did it. But thanks for watching, and I will be back next week with another version, Finally Friday, and I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll give it a try.